Are you ready for a beautiful Valentine's Day look, ladies? I'm excited. And one of the colors that I'm going to use on my lip and cheek is Iman. This is one that will be available on the 13th of February. And I'm excited. It's a limited edition color, so I can't wait to use that today. And then 3 eyeshadows that I'll look in the cool purple family. We'll see how that goes with this blouse, but I'm going to use London, Amethyst, and Flurry. And Flurry is more of a shimmer, which I'll use on my lid, inner corner. And then Amethyst I will use in the crease and above the crease. And probably, let's see here. Let me look. No, that was London. I'll use that. Amethyst is the one I'll probably use maybe as an eyeliner, as an eyeshadow eyeliner, and maybe on the outer corner. We'll see how that goes. But thank you for being here. If you're joining me, say hello in the comments. And if you're catching the replay, put #replay in the comments so I can say, let me put my palette down. Thank you for watching. Okay, so we're going to go into a quick application of a bit red right now. And so I'm going to cool it down. Cool it down, girl. I'm going to tone it down. And also, if you're new here and you're like, well, what's your name? What are you doing here, girl? My name is Jade. Hey, Mickey. Jade with Jade Mature Beauty, and I am a Seint independent makeup artist. I specialize in mature faces. I am 59, and I love to come alongside women, introduce them to Seint cream makeup for mature skin, and then just teaching tips. But hey, girl, hey, happy, what is today? I don't even know. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday? Don't know. I think it's Wednesday. I think. My days, girl. I don't know days anymore. Okay, so let's jump in. Now, like I said, I have some redness going on. So I'm going to tap into Mango. Blush and bronzer brush. I'm just going to tap in a little bit. When you're applying a color corrector, which this is, you only need a color corrector if you have the redness going on, or purpling, or blueness, maybe some dark spots, aging spots, sunspots. I think those are all in the same category. But as you can see, I'm buffing it in very lightly, and it's already one side and then the other. Okay, I don't look like an Oompa Loompa because it is like a yellow orange base color. I'm using very little. I'm like tapping it on. Joyce is here. It is. Thank you, Mickey, for that. And then I'm going to go on the top of my forehead because it is. See how I'm moving my brush around? That's also red. Now let's take care of, can you see the difference? Let me know in the comments if you see a difference. You'd probably have to see what it was, but it was pretty much like this side, okay? And let's take care of tapping it on and moving it around. Now, if I have to apply more after I apply my makeup, like not yet. And a lot of times, if you want to get brave and explore, remember I always say, explore, have fun, experiment, right? And so what you could do is not put your color corrector on. Jade's going against everything she's ever said. You know, experiment. Go ahead and put your main shade on, and then after you can tap on, maybe using a smaller brush where needed if you still see a little bit of discoloration. You never know. Sometimes your main shade can take care of a little bit of that. Hey, Angie Ann. Okay, so all of a sudden, I have a lot of redness going on. Today is actually, ladies, the first day. I was coughing all morning. I'm not going to lie about that. But I feel like I woke up yesterday. I couldn't do a live. My eyelids were literally hanging down. I was so swollen. And so it may be allergies. That's like on the news, allergies, what is it? Cedar and oak are high. So it could be that. But I do feel quite a lot better. But I'm still draining. Oh, thank you for saying hi. Okay, Mickey, watch later. Hey, Tina KK from Sweden. All right, ladies, let's keep going. Buffing it in. Anyone excited about Friday's Valentine's Day promotion? I am excited, even though I have the products. I'm excited for you to see them and try them out. So I'm going to tap into my main shade, and I'm going to tap, tap, tap that on. This is a darker color than I normally use, and it is called Sandy. Now, usually, ladies, I go through a spectrum of colors. I can go from Candlelit, Athens, and then sometimes Sandy. And that's what I'm doing now because I feel like this is helping some of my redness also. Aw, thank you, Tina KK. So I'm going to tap, 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 tap. A lot of times with mature skin, you might want to go a little bit darker than lighter. And that's only because of all the unevenness that we have as we mature. A lighter color is going to show your wrinkles. A lighter color will show your pores. Okay, so if you're seeing that stuff and you've already exfoliated your skin, then you might want to go just a tad darker, just a tad. Or if you have mango, apply that mango gently all over and mix the shades, right? You can apply it all over, put your main shade on, or do this number, mango, main shade, mango, main shade, and tap it on and see how that goes. So you don't have to maybe buy yet another product, okay? Explore and experiment. Have fun. Oh, are they? Awesome. Those are her colors. I vary. My skin is different day to day, so sometimes I just have to use more than one color, okay? All right, ladies, so I feel I'm a little bit red in here, so I feel that I need to take my detail brush and tap in here a little bit, just a little bit of that. I feel better now. A little bit of that mango on top. This is where I'm going to tap where needed. All right, here we go. Let's keep going because we want to get into these Valentine's Day eyeshadows and then the lip color. And now I'm going to go into, you can do your contour now, or you can do your brightener now. Now, can you use, and I'm always asked, can I use my contour first? Because contour gives color. You can if you don't have any redness or aging spots in that area. Because what will happen if you have anything, hyperpigmentation, anything, the contour will look muddy on you, or it's going to look dirty. It is not that kind of coverage, okay? You always will have to color correct your main shade and then contour, okay? Contour first. If you don't have any of those issues, then you can put contour first and then go around it with colors, like with your main shade, maybe your color corrector, if you're good, okay? So look at your face, assess your face, and you're like, hey, I don't have any of that stuff. I'm gonna do contour first. Go for it, and then let me know which way you like best, contour first or putting your color corrector in main shade. I like a light amount of makeup. I don't like the feel of makeup, and so, but I do want coverage, and for me, I usually have redness through here and some aging spots, so I have to do the color correcting in main shade first, okay? Amy's here. Hey, Amy, thank you. Amazon. They had so many colors. I also have another one. I think it's like a brown color. My husband's like, enough with the Amazon. I can't help it. If I don't like it, I return it. But I like it. Amy, okay, I'm getting distracted because it ties in front, okay? This is a medium, and I'm 5'7". Well, I lost 10 pounds. Woohoo! So I'm at 160 now. And then look how it is in the back. Covering the booty. Covers the booty a little bit. And then, of course, this is tieable, so you can loosen it up if you need to. I like it loose through my belly, you know, my belly section. Is that TMI? We're just girls here. We can talk like that. They're my friends. And so, oh, and then the sleeve, I'm not a short sleeve girl. I'm a long sleeve girl or quarter, right? And I like the little fullness through here, and then the scalloped look. Yeah. So, but they have a lot of colors out there. Okay. Now let's go into that contour and brightener. Either one you can do. Now I wanted to do a little tip here. If you are scared of applying different methods of contour on your nose and you're like, yeah, that's kind of scary, you can tell I do have some natural shadow. Most of us do on our noses. What you could just do is try putting a little bit of your brightener color and just use that down your nose without using just a small, like my finger probably is a little bit wider, and just call it a day. Okay, try that out. If you're like, I'm just struggling with that nose contour, Jade, you could use a smudge brush. You could use any small brush. Like I like the multitasker to tap in and then going down, just straight down your nose, okay? And that will bring forth that shadowing on the side too. All right? Okay. Let's keep going, ladies. Let's keep going. I'm excited about the eyeshadows. Hopefully they'll work. They'll work. I can hear that train. Can you hear the train? Oh, man, they're blowing that horn. All right. Now, you can do a brightener first. Let's change it up, okay? We're going to do a brightener first and then the contour. Either or, contour or brightener, all right? See how flexible? Like, I don't think there's like a definite wrong or right way. Now, there's recommended ways based on if you have discoloration, but I think you can decide, you know what? I'm going to do it different. I'm going to do it my way. I did it my way. You can do that, okay? Just have fun with this makeup. All right, let's go into the area right between my eyes. I'm using a little bit. This is about 2 fingers. Through, I'm just going to fade it towards the tip of my brow, the arc there, arch, so it's not standout-ish. And then, hey Tiffany, how are you? Hopefully I'm saying hi to everybody. Now, we're not going to apply a brightener. Remember back in the day, like a, what is makeup industry? I think they could call it a concealer. Oh, bad. That junk is bad. That accentuates your, if you have wrinkles, accentuates it. And we used to go like the whole big triangle thing under here. What that just creates, this is such a thin part of our body, that skin, that it really like clings to makeup, and then it'll start to wrinkle because we have a lot of expression there, whether we're talking, crying, laughing, screaming, all of the emotions. That eye is going to move around, and it could collect. Okay, so instead of the triangle through here, just kind of put that triangle near the side of the nose. And then in that corner for sure, if you have darker areas. I'm doing good, Tiffany. Thanks for asking. Getting better, whatever I have. My husband sounds a whole lot better. Believe me, he's sparky again. It's like, okay, you want to get sick again? Gee whiz. I have nothing to say on that, okay? Okay? You're like, I got some medicine for you. I have nothing to say about that anymore. No. All right. What is wrong with me? Something's wrong with me. Oh, I feel like I'm getting red because that part of my personality trickles out. Okay. So we're going to do a triangle through here versus underneath the eye. All right. And all you do is just keep tapping that little triangle. You can go in the tear trough. You're going to have to kind of tilt your head so you can see, because the shadows, but right by your nose, and then bring it up. Tina KK. One day I'm going to Sweden. I don't know when, but I'm going to meet Tina KK from Sweden. Wouldn't that be awesome? I have a feeling. Tina KK, we probably laugh until we peed our pants. Have you ever laughed and peed your pants before? Now, I would do that sneezing now at my age. My bladder's shot. 4 kids. Yeah, there's no, yeah, that's a long story. All right, so there's that brightener, okay? You can apply more if you want to, if you feel it's too subtle and you want more of that pop. I'm gonna go in that pocket, that jowl pocket. A little bit of along my jawline. And this one is called Aura, usually with sandy color. If I matched you to that, Candle, it's a good one. That's usually what I wore, and I took it out of my palette. When I was organizing, I usually wear that because it's more subtle. Aura is a little bit more, although neutral, a little bit more brighter, as you can see. So, but you have to tap, 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 tap to blend. A little bit in my, what do you call these? I don't know what you're calling these. Lines. I can't think right now. What are these things called right here? Somebody let me know in the comment. Somebody help a girl out. All right, now I'm gonna definitely go into my perfector. It is perfectly prepared. I don't want a whole lot of makeup, especially under my eyes. Now you didn't see me bring it over here, that brightener into these wrinkles. Less is best when it comes to a mature face, right? Less is best. And have grace with your face, always. Okay? Yes, you can stay at our home. Woohoo! In your garden. She has a garden. I'd love to see that like in the summer or spring. Okay, now we're gonna go into contouring. I'm gonna stick with that same brush. So the small end I use for my brightener, and now I'm gonna use for the contour. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't wanna do all that, it sounds so too much makeup. It's actually pretty quick. And I want you to remember that you are not one-dimensional. We used to wear makeup like we were just little robot faces, one dimension. But we're multi-dimensional on our faces. So we're enhancing that, okay? We're not covering it up, we're enhancing it. Big difference. But not now because it's cold. Yeah, I'm not going to no cold weather. No. All right, detail brush. I'm gonna pounce into that brush. I'm using Astoria. If I forget to say the makeup name, ask in the comments because sometimes I forget. But I will match you, if you're new here, I will match you to your colors when you fill out my color match form. I think when you watch this video, or if it's on here, the link is already, it says free color match. And I do them every night. Just did a couple yesterday. I get so excited about color matches. So I'm going underneath. We're gonna give some lift. We're not taking that contour all the way up, and we're not taking it all the way down. We're just gonna give a little bit of shadow, okay? I always think still less is best with even contouring. Now, if you go too dark, don't worry, it's gonna lighten up on your skin. Cream warms up to your skin and it will look like a photo finish, especially like if you're warming your hands up and you want to press in some areas like underneath your eyes. These tools are the best tools sometimes because the warmth and the cream just marry together beautifully, and it's easy to blend that way if you want to try that out. All right, so let's come over here underneath. Tap, always tap, 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 tap. You don't have to go slow. We're stopping at that corner though. I don't want you to bring it all the way over. And then I do have a 6-finger forehead. So I'm gonna take some of this contour. It adds dimension, not bringing it down. Probably, you know, for me, depending on your forehead, usually about 2 fingers. But get into that hairline, because usually that hairline's lighter, right? My hair's all falling down. Okay, so all of a sudden, more dimension is happening right before your very eyes. And then I have the sagging skin. I've been using, I think I mentioned to you ladies, a neck cream. I want to go through a good month of it and maybe 2 months before I say, hey, I recommend this. I am not recommending anything, and I'm not sponsored or paid to do it. I'm just like you, a girl that wants something to work, okay? I'm not going to say, this works because I just got $300 to tell you. No, I'm not doing that. I refuse. My integrity means everything, and I want your trust, okay? But I will try products, and it's like I have so many products I've used I've never mentioned because they don't work, okay? False advertising. But I want to try a neck cream. That would be better, right? If I just got that out. Okay, so let's go under the ear with that contour. We're just going to shadow. Shadow helps underneath, not on top. So we're creating that dimension. Tap down to blend. Got to stretch the neck. All right. We're working with shadows. And if you don't have it, then you're going to create it underneath. When you're blending downward, this is a Y. When you're creating a shadow, it's going to help sculpt and hide. Do you have to do that? No, but I never do. Never not do it. Never not do it. That's me. Okay. I think that's it, right? Let's go into a bronzer. Now, if you're, remember, contour is not bronzer and bronzer is not contour. The difference is bronzer is warmth. Contour is dimension, okay? It's going to be a little bit more on the gray side a lot of times because it's supposed to mimic a shadow. Bronzer is that warmth, right? That kiss of sun. So completely different. You wouldn't interchange those to put your makeup on, okay? It's totally different formulation and undertoned color, okay? Remember, our contours are going to get close to mimicking a shadow. That's what a contour does. A bronzer doesn't give the shadow. It's like, that warmth. Okay, now let's go in. I'm going to use Bella bronzer, just a little bit, but I'm going to mix it with rose gold illuminator. So I'm just going to tap. This is the fluffy brush. Okay, I'm going to tap on a little bit. Even with a bronzer, ladies, you don't want to see all this makeup on your face, okay? If you feel you have like way too much, then start at the largest area, which is your neck. Just go down your neck. And then you can apply along the cheek, just for warmth, okay? And that forehead, just for warmth. You're not seeing stripes all over me, all right? You're not doing that. And then bring that down for a little bit of warmth. If I had something and if I was a little bit lighter through here, then I would definitely bring some bronzer through here. If I didn't have, my chest is usually darker. And then I had a video this week. Was it Monday? I noticed, I was so embarrassed. I had my silicone chest pad. Did anybody notice that? I was watching the video. I'm like, oh, I hope nobody notices my chest pad is on. Like I could see it like right through here, barely. But I'm a side sleeper. And so, oh, let me get close. It helps with these chest wrinkles. You know, you wake up and you have like a valley of death on your chest. It helps mitigate those. It helps. Okay, and sometimes I wear it all day. I do. I don't go anywhere. I'm just wearing it all day long. Okay, ladies, so there you go. Do you see that? How that's just warmth in the illuminator just brings it all together. And you can do them separately, but sometimes for quick and easy, I'll just mix them both. Okay, any questions? Am I missing any questions? Oh, I hope not. If you do have questions, go ahead and put it in the comments, and I always go back and look at them and answer them, okay? We're done on side one. Woohoo! All right, let's keep it going. My face is so dry right now. I feel like my under eyes are like the crepiest, maybe because of allergies. The balm with castor oil, ladies, it's like a drink of water to my face. I can't tell you enough how this product is simply amazing for us mature gals with the castor oil. That's a hero ingredient, okay? It's so many benefits to that. Okay, so enough of that. Now I'm going to take my shape brush. I'm going to do the small end. I'm going to tap in a little bit of vanilla dust. I want some mattifying. And I am going to put some eyeshadows on, so just a little bit. Not too much. Always remember to tap some of that dust off. You know, I've sometimes forget to do that, ladies. And then I'm like, oh, wow, there was a big old chunk of powder. And this is finely milled powder. It's not a loose powder. Loose powder just travels into those wrinkles and literally, like, and in an hour, if I were to use any type of powder product, whether it even be a bronzer, my wrinkles look like that. Right now, they're smooth, okay? But powders tend to like enhance those, so you want to try to avoid that. Now I'm going to take the fluffier end. I'm going to go into the pore minimizing feather blotting dust. I have big pores here, big pores here, and then here I always have larger pores. And that's it. Now you can, after you put your lip and cheek color on, tap on a little bit on top just to set it with a finely milled powder. You can do that too. Hey, Kathy from Canada. All right, now let's do a lip and cheek color, and I am going to use Iman, which is available on Friday. It is a very pretty plum, cool color, but I thought I have it swatched here, and I have two different pencils that I'm going to use. I'm not going to use two different pencils. I'm going to choose one of them. The bottom one is called, let me look here, Mulberry. And then on top is Toasted. So I think either one, if you want to use a pencil, will look real pretty with Iman. If you want more of a subtle look, a subtle liner, go Toasted. More of a pronounced liner, then you could do the Mulberry or even Plum, which I don't know where that one is. My daughter, it's her favorite one. And I thought I bought another one to replace the one she borrowed. I don't know what I did with it. So, let's see. I think I'm going to go subtle, okay? Because the purple eyeshadows are a little bit more, well, you know, the rule of two. So, ladies, do you remember what the rule of two is? So, the rule of two, when you're doing eyeshadows, lip and cheek, a lip color and a cheek color, you're either going to have bold, light, or bold, light, or bold and light, okay? You wouldn't have all of it bold or all of it too light, okay? Rule of two. So I think I'm just going to do, I feel that Iman's not so bold. I feel that it is a subtle color, so let's just go into Toasted. Hey, Kathy, thanks for saying hi. Thin lip, girl. Thin, very thin. So I'm going to actually use the whole pencil. Go. Again, I have no words for my lips. I'm gonna go a little bit above it. It doesn't look like, whoa. It looks subtle. And a little bit under. Kind of move it up a little bit. And you could use a thin pencil. You could use a multitasker to apply your lip liner if you are fearful that this is too thick. You could use the etch brush, which is this one here. You can use a small brush to line your lips. You would just dab into your pencil and line it out, okay? I think I'm going to use this, though, to smudge it just a little bit. All right. And that was the etch brush. There you go. See how small of a line that is. If you want a smaller, you would use a smaller brush, small angled, either, like I said, this etch brush or the multitasker brush. That's another small. This is small. On point, very small. Just depends how you want to use it, okay? I go both ways sometimes, just depends. Okay. Now we're going to go into Iman. It is available on Friday, and let's apply it with the multitasker. Beautiful plum. You can go as light. It's buildable. We do not have a color like this, and it's gorgeous. Oh, wow. Loving it. So pretty. You could add more. Let's do that. Why not? This is a semi-gloss. So what is a semi-gloss? It is more, has that matte behind it than a straight up gloss. It's going to have more stay put. And then what I like to do is, let me get my napkin here. Oh, there it is put a little bit of lip whip right on top. If you have a lip oil like marshmallow, that would look nice. But I'm putting a little bit of lip whip. It's not tacky or sticky. And then let's go into Iman on the cheeks. Look at that color. A little bit more. See how it changed? You can do a light amount or full on buildable. I always say use a little bit and then you can always add more. I just want to deposit everything that's on my finger right now on this color. And then I'm going to go back into my application brush and go down. Don't go up into your smile lines. Just keep it down, marry it with your contour. Keep it basic. This is just, you know, a page for an everyday look. Tapping down. What do you think of Iman? Gorgeous color. I really hope they keep this one day on our permanent collection. It is a beautiful plum. We don't have enough plums, but it's swatched. Okay? You lost your lip whip. Is it in your purse? I always keep mine in my purse. I actually had to grab it because I love this. My husband uses it too. Except when I have lipstick on it, he's like, get rid of that lipstick. I'm like, okay. All right. What else are we doing? So Iman, beautiful limited edition color. And then we're going to go into a beautiful eyeshadow right now. Isn't it, Angie Ann? Look at that. I'm plum, although cool, is like really neutral. Neutral cool. If there's such a thing, I'm going to vote for that. All right. Now, eyeshadow brush. Let me grab it really quick. 3 eyeshadows, Flurry, Amethyst, in London. Let's go into London first. So I always think of pecan purple when I think of Valentine's Day or even Easter coming up. So I'm going to go in this corner and all over with Amethyst. Wait, I got to make sure I'm calling it out correctly because I have a feeling this is London I'm using. And I am. I'm using London. Like, wait a minute, that looks light. So here's London all over. Where are my green? My even blue eyes. And then I'm going to go above the crease. A little bit above. You could just wear that. Look how my eyes are popping. Ready. Brown-eyed girls, purple. Whew. Purples look amazing. So I'm going to go in the corner first and then kind of tap it over. Always tapping in the crease. I'm going to look in the mirror and go above so I can actually see the color. I love this color. Tap, tap, tap all over. Beautiful. Now we're going to go into, you can put the lighter color. I get asked this question often. Do I do a darker color? Do I do the lighter color first? Between the two, whichever one you want to do first, okay? Try which one makes you feel more comfortable with coverage, but hold on, ladies. I gotta pull this back a little bit more. And determine how you want to wear or what you're going to do first. As long as it's blending on that outer corner, you don't have a stripe of a dark color on that outer and then a light color. Kind of just make sure you're tapping just to blend the edges a little bit. Okay, that's really all you need to worry about, that it's just blended a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go into Amethyst now. A little bit of darker color. I'm going to tap. Oh, that's a lot. Oh my goodness. Tap that dust off. In fact, I'm going to get my eyeshadow tile, which takes off dust. I love these tiles. I usually keep it in my compact. And then I'm going to tap that on the outer corner. And see how it's just giving it more depth on that outer corner, just a little bit. You could always add more, okay? But this is my Valentine's Day. I've been doing these each day. I try to anyway. Inspired looks. You may already have these eyeshadow colors, or maybe it's something that you're like, wow, because you can wear it outside of Valentine's Day. Right, I'm just trying to show you some inspired looks. Oh, see how that depth? It's so pretty. Just pack it, tap it on that outer. Okay. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go into Flurry. Flurry. It's kind of it's an icy color, but it has hints of champagne, has hints of pink and purple and blue. It's just so beautiful. And I will use the small end of my brush. You could use your finger. And I always have my little water bottle, my little travel size bottle that I fill with water. And this is going to make it pop more. Okay, I've had this bottle for, what, 5 years now? I think it's had its last pump. Come on. You can do it. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Okay. And I've already applied my eyeshadow primer. That's a must. Now let's go into Flurry. Just a little bit of Flurry. And then I'm going to lift and go downward. Get some of that in that corner. Flurry. This was part of, I forgot the collection, the Through the Woods collection. And I went out to the website and they actually still have this chrome color. It's like multi-chrome because it has different colors in it. So however the light hits you, it's going to like pick up different colors. I love that. A lot of high-end makeup has that. I'm going to flip it and not that side. I'm going to use the side I didn't use, and that's where I'm going to blend. Tap, tap, tap. What do you think of those combinations? You see them? I hope you can see them. Same small brush, setting spray, because I am going to make the color. Amethyst into an eyeliner, or I could take Toasted or Mulberry that I used as a liner and use it underneath, which, you know what, either one's gonna work, okay? But I think I'm gonna use Toasted because I used it on my lips. I'm gonna go right back to that etch brush, E-T-C-H, etch. And I'm gonna dive in, put it on my brush, just swipe it on, and then I'm gonna tap it on just to smooth it over. Kind of like that subtle eyeliner look. Now, if you wanted more of a pop, or if you're going from day to night, then definitely take your Amethyst or even your London and put it as an eyeliner. I think I just jabbed my face with my pencil. Hey, Patty. All right, so let's go into Toasted pencil, a nice neutral eyeliner. Since my eyeshadows are pretty bold, let's go with a neutral look under there. What do you think about that? What do you think about those colors? Let me put a little bit more mascara on. I'm going to use the tubing. I have to look back because I do have that hooded eye. A little bit of the tubing blinking into it. I love those colors. And then always lastly is the setting spray, ladies. Setting spray. This is probably something you might want to consider as part, if you haven't already been using a setting spray. The Fix It, we have 2 different ones, and I can let you know which one would be best for you. You can ask me, hey, which one? There's 2 out there. This one is the one that I use, the Fix It. It has some really great ingredients to it, and it gives a little bit more stay put and sheen to my face. And then I don't spray directly on my face because it's gonna get in my hair, and I have thin hair. And so I'm just gonna tap. And that's it. What do you think of that Valentine's Day look with those eyeshadows that I just showed you? And I'll put the description of these eyeshadows when I post this, along with that color that's coming out on Friday, limited edition. And like I said, you could always go in with more. You could go day to night. Beautiful plum. Beautiful on all skin tones. All right, ladies. Any questions, let me know in the comments. And remember, on Friday, this color, you won't see it out there now, but it will be out there on Friday. All right, ladies, I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless, and take care. Bye-bye. Aw, thank you, Tina KK.